forecast. I usually do them live, but this week I have decided I need to record it, just time constraints. Um, and yeah, I wanted to slightly change it this week as well. So I just thought I felt like I need to rejiggle things a little bit, change them a little bit, and because it didn't feel very aligned to the kind of work that I do. Exactly. So what I mean by that is I'm a psychic medium, so I do work with um, spirit guides. I mean, with spirit in general, in a sense of a mediumship capacity rather than psychic readings as much. Um, so I do obviously ask spirit for guidance, and I work with them through these readings as well. So I just, whatever messages that are coming through are usually inspired from spirit. And so I just wanted to change these weekly forecasts, maybe not being necessarily forecasts as such, but more like spirit messages for each zodiac signs each week. Obviously, it will still include cards. I will be using them. I will be using a variety of cards as I did so far, depending on which card deck I'm drawn to is the one that I'll be using. But I'll be using this as an extra, as a prompt, as a um, support, I suppose, is the word I'm looking for, as support to the message that I would like to, that I feel inspired to convey to you from spirit. Spirit, including our spirit guides, angels, maybe past down loved ones as well. Um, yeah, just the whole universe, right? Whatever you consider spirit, all the helpers, all the high frequency light beings that want to speak to you and give you some messages. So this is the difference. And yeah, so I'll be changing these weekly sessions to spirit messages for the week of whatever the week is. And yeah, so I hope you'll enjoy it. I certainly will. And so let's start. So as usual, I'll be dividing the videos into two parts. First one being Aries to Virgo signs, and then what is it? Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. Libra to Pisces. And just remember, as I usually say, these are my intention is for the sun, moon, and rising signs to be able to listen to a message. If you know your sun, moon, and rising sign, then listen to them as well if you feel like it, if you feel drawn to. Or alternatively, you can listen to both videos in full and see if there's a message for you, because spirit doesn't waste anything. And so there might be a message for you somewhere within the other signs messages as well, just to add a little bit more depth to your reading for this week. So this week I have the um, Tarot of the Abyss is the one that I was drawn to use, and also the Self-Care Oracle. I'll just show you, just for those who are interested in cards, Tarot of the Abyss and the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. And I feel like I was drawn to use those because of the full moon that we are still transiting through, depending on where you are in the world. You either had it, the full moon peaked yesterday or today, I think, or in the past 2 days, basically 2.5 days. And it is the full moon in Libra, which can be quite challenging because Libra wants us to balance out things that are not balanced in our lives, and that a lot of times requires us to clear whatever it is that we are holding on to, and it might come out in all different ways, whether it's expressing openly to others what we think, feel, um, and the same happening to us from others. And sometimes it might be a little bit confrontational, sometimes a little bit upsetting, maybe. It's a time of cleansing as well, so we might feel a little bit emotional just because it's a full moon, plus the fact that it's in Libra. adds a little bit extra challenge, I suppose. So yeah, so I just thought I'll get I felt like getting the self-care oracle this week to see how you can take care of yourself this week. Okay, so enough entrance, enough intro. I'll move on to the messages from Spirit for each zodiac sign for the week commencing the 18th of April. Okay, so starting with Aries. What is the message from Spirit for Aries? Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising? Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What does Spirit want you to know this week? Sun, Moon, or Rising. Okay, it's definitely not all of these, so I'll be pulling one card. Okay. Aries, so you have Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands card, it is one of the top ones within the Wands suit. The Wands are the suit of action, activities, proactiveness. It's the fire suit. So this is the suit of putting a lot of energy into something, right? We're working, and working up the ladder, I want to say, or up the wands from one. And then by the time you are at the point of a Nine of Wands, you really, although you're still standing, as you can see on the picture here on the card, he's still standing, but you can tell he really needs a break. Okay. So he's got like twisted or broken arm, maybe even. He's really holding on to all these ones that he has created. He's been working very hard. And now, although he's still holding on, being very determined and not backing down, but he really, really needs rest. So what that tells me, Aries, for you, take rest, take time off, pause, breathe, just whatever seeds you've been planting recently, just you got to let them grow, and that the seeds will grow through nourishment, right? That includes you. You need to nourish yourself because as you know, the energy doesn't work in a way of, or how should I say this, things most likely won't come your way or won't be fruitful if you don't tend to your energy, right? Because all the things in the universe are made up of energy. We need to take care of ourselves, our own energy, in order for things to happen for us, right? I mean, who else are we doing whatever we're doing for? For us and for others, of course. But we need to look after ourselves first because no one else will. And this is against, let's say, maybe not against, but contrary to a popular belief that we have to work our asses off, excuse my language, until we literally face, until we collapse, let's say, in order to bear fruits. And I totally disagree with that notion. I used to be caught up in the same thinking for a long while, but it didn't really bring the results that I wanted. So what kind of results are you waiting for? What kind of results are you wanting, Aries? Do you want to bring the kind of results that are draining you and just making you exhausted? Or do you just want to bring results and at the same time feel fulfilled and happy and rested, right? So this is the message for you for this week, Aries. Isn't that perfect that we have the self-care oracle? So what's the self-care prompt or advice? What could Aries do this week? Oh, okay. Aromatherapy, Aries, for you. Aromatherapy, whether you have aromatherapy oils or not, maybe some scented candles, maybe have a bath with scented candles around, maybe just put some scented candles in your home, just enjoy the smell, the scent, and the healing properties of those oils. Or also, other thing that comes to my mind, smell the flowers. Go out there, smell the flowers, enjoy. Just use aromatherapy in whatever way suits you to take care of yourself this week. It can be very cleansing, very relaxing. for you this week, Aries. Okay, now Taurus. What's the message from Spirit for Taurus this week? Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What does Spirit want you to know this week? Okay, so we have the Empress, right? The Empress actually really reminds me of the Taurus sign because the Empress is lush. She is full, she's very sensual in a sense of um, you know, really enjoying life through all of the senses that we all have, right? The touch, the smell, the sight, the hearing. Taurus can really enjoy world, and they are they have a very strong senses in general, very strong senses. So the message for you, Taurus, today is to use that. You know, if you have been a little bit disconnected, maybe very busy with just daily living, sort of trying to. I just feel that the thing that I'm kind of seeing is you being very focused and busy with work recently. And that is a very, you've been very much in the mental world, thinking, ideas, talking, communicating, you know, very business-like, I want to say, being very business-like. And that's very unlike Taurus. Taurus wants to go out there and then touch, sense, taste, smell, really enjoy all the flavors of life with all the senses that you have. So if you haven't had a chance to just be yourself, Taurus, then recently, then this is definitely the week to do so and just go back to your body, uh, feel grounded once again, and enjoy the earth and its full bounty. So that's for you, Taurus. Now, your self-care card for Taurus. How else can you take care of yourself this week, Taurus? Let's see. Oh, connect with your ancestors. Well, this is an interesting one. Do you do any? Okay, so I feel like you know, to some of you, so it might not resonate with everyone, but obviously it's a general question, general reading. So I'm just gonna say what I feel I need to say. There might be some ancestors trying to reach you, um, and remind themselves to you, if that makes sense. If you've been drawn to maybe look at old pictures, maybe talk with your family about their, you know, whether it's talking with your parents or grandparents about their parents and grandparents, doing a little bit of digging into the ancestral tree, then do so this week. I feel like this will actually bring you quite a bit of insight into some things that might be happening in your life. It might bring you some questions, some answers to the questions that you might have in regards to your life in general. You can connect with your ancestors, obviously, through meditation, if it's something that you do, or if you have been thinking about creating an ancestry tree. I do apologize for my speaking today. An ancestral tree, Taurus. Then maybe this is the time to actually start it, because I feel there are some things that might be holding you back, possibly, or are just kind of standing in the way, that will be easily cleared through ancestral connection healing information. So that's for Taurus. Now moving on to Gemini. Just got to get some water. Okay, Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What's the spirit message for Gemini this week, commencing 18th of April, 2022? Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. What are the spirit messages for Gemini? Okay, Gemini, so you have Four of Cups. The Four of Cups card is a card of boredom, one thing. What's the other word that I'm trying to say? It's not just boredom. It's kind of, because it's a card that tells us that sometimes we've been trying and trying and trying, and things are not, they're not bringing results that we're hoping for as quick enough as we would like them to happen. It's also a card of a little bit of a victimhood, and also, I forgot now. But I think I've covered all I wanted to say in those few examples. So Geminis can be quite fast in their thinking, and therefore they are fast in acting, whether it's via communication, expression, but they are very quick in manifesting, because we manifest through our throat chakra, right? We have ideas, we have plans, and then we just express them, we say them, and therefore we are making them happen in the world, right? When we state something we want to do. And Gemini is ruled by Mercury, who is a very a planet of the element of air as well. It's very much to do with our mental capacity, with our communication, with business as well. So Geminis are also very flexible. They're a mutable sign, and they like to change things quickly. They might change their mind quickly, and hence there's a lot of nervous energy. There's a lot of nervous energy that, if not satisfied quick enough, might make us feel a little bit deflated, I think is the right word. So this week, the message for you, Gemini, is things will happen at the right time. Just because the things that you're doing right now, they will bring results in divine timing. You know, you can't expect things to happen straight away, because sometimes they're not meant to happen straight away. And also, sometimes we have to put work into put regular work into making things happen. Sometimes we have to tend to our work and repeat and do the same thing over and over again for it to bring results that we're looking for. Okay. And when you when you reach that point of maybe feeling sorry for yourself, or feeling a little bit like you've got enough because you've been doing all this work and you're not seeing results, just take a break, because everything that you're doing is still having an effect. You just might not see it yet. Okay, it's all happening in the background. Make sure that you don't bore yourself this week as well, is the other thing that's coming to me. You know, there are things that you can do, other different things that you can do and fill your time with, apart from whatever your main activities are. So just find other things to fill out your time with. Don't get in that state of just feeling sorry for yourself, or it's not really sorry for yourself, but what's the word I'm trying to say? It's not boredom. It's not feeling sorry for yourself. It's just that there is a word, I just can't think of it, but you know, when you're just kind of behaving like this I want to say spoiled child that is not getting their way, you know, and we just sit down and just like, no, why is it not happening for me? Why is it not happening for me? I want this, and this. If anyone knows what word I'm looking for, please comment in the comments. Let me know, because my mind is going blank and I just don't know what it is. But don't you know, don't be like this. Just find some other activities to fill your time with, something fun. What's your self-care? Self-care card for Gemini this week. Read. Oh, well, isn't that just perfect? In those times of boredom, let's call them boredom, when you have to wait, in those times of delay that are really frustrating to you, just read, because you love reading, Gemini, don't you? You love learning new things, finding new things out. Reading is definitely one of the things. So just read in those times, find something to read, even just a novel. You know, you don't have to learn. You can. I know you like learning, Gemini, but even just for pure entertainment, get some nice novel, maybe fantasy novel. So that's for you, Gemini. Moving on to Cancer. What's the message from Spirit for Cancer for this week? Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What's the Spirit message for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising this week? Nine of Pentacles, Cancer. This is a lovely week for you to enjoy all the little things in your life. It is going to be a very fulfilling week emotionally, a very happy week. It's very possible that you might go see some friends, or if you're thinking about seeing some friends, and Spirit says go for it. You know, enjoy your time with others, enjoy other people's company. Um, yeah, spend time with other people, and just tend to your emotional needs and the needs of social connection. That's what I'm feeling for Cancer. And what's your self-care on top of your social self-care? What else? Other self-care for Cancer this week. Oh, ground yourself. Oh, 1 second. So you have the card of grounding yourself. Yeah, I mean, Cancer is a water sign, right? So emotions can run high, and I would imagine they have been running high thanks to the full moon that we just had. We're still having, I think, still going through it, depending again on where in the world you are, Cancer. So just make sure that you use this week to ground yourself, and just bring yourself back to the here and now. Connect yourself with the earth. You can ground yourself through meditations, but you can also ground yourself by just doing daily activities. Seeing friends is a very good way of grounding as well, because they almost always bring us down to earth, right? Because we connect with all different kinds of people that have all different kinds of personalities, and um, so they usually bring us down to earth. So do that, Cancer, this week. Whatever centers and calms your energy, do that. Any type of physical activity. Exercise is very good, Cancer, as well, to ground your energy, to ground your emotions, to and any sort of daily activities or daily chores, even if we call it chores, looking after your house, very, very grounding. So just spend your time doing different grounding activities this week. Now moving on to Leo. Leo, sun, moon, or rising. What are the spirit messages for Leo, sun, moon, or rising? Leo, sun, moon, or rising. Leo, sun, moon, or rising. Seriously, am I shuffling sometimes? Leo, sun, moon, or rising for this week. What is the message from Spirit? Okay, Leo, we have Four of Pentacles. Leo, what are you holding on to still? You're really clutching hard to something big. Look at this. Look at this huge pentacle. Something big that is really obstructing your view right now. You're clutching to it way too tightly, and you're the only one clutching to it, right? As you can see, there's nobody pressing this huge pentacle to this gentleman, I believe. But he is very, very protective of this pentacle. But the thing is that this pentacle is huge, and it is a burden in that sense. So what are you clutching onto so much, Leo, and why would be the question from Spirit this week. Do you really need it? Is it really necessary? Is it enriching your life? What is it? The thing that you're clutching onto, what is it doing for you? This is quite a think about it message for you, Leo, this week. Look at him. He's actually sitting on all of those pentacles. So he's sitting on them, plus he has one behind his legs, and plus he's clutching onto an extra one. So if you could just release this burden, it's not going to take away anything from your life. It's not going to be a loss because you have enough. So that's for Leo for this week. And what is the self-care advice for Leo? Self-care. What's the self-care for Leo this week? So Leo, for you, you have intuition. Listen to your intuition this week, because it's really going to be speaking loudly. It probably has been speaking loudly to you throughout this weekend as well, I would imagine, or even last week, but I feel like you're ignoring it. The intuition, as we know, well, if you don't know, then I'll just say, intuition is never loud, right? Intuition is never emotionally driven. It's not stressing us out. It doesn't have the sort of emotional or urgency charge to it. Intuition is subtle, and it's very, I want to call it like flat, as in charge, right? It's not charged at all. It's just flat. It's constant. It's very subtle. So what has your intuition been telling you? Listen to it, because and I feel like it's very loud, Leo, but you might be ignoring it. It's loud in a sense, you are getting the prompts from your intuition, but you're not listening. Okay, so moving on to Virgo. Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. What are spirit messages for Virgo, sun, moon, or rising this week? Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, Virgo, you have Page of Pentacles card. Page of Pentacles, when I look at him, he's a young lad in this card. Young, he's starting out, he's only finding his grounding now in the physical world. He has all the knowledge that he could have possibly gained up until this point, and now for the page, it is time to put it in practice. So all the things that you've been learning, Virgo, it is time to start manifesting. And when I say manifesting, I mean actually taking action in this sense, not waiting for manifestations to come to your life, but actually making the first steps for them to arrive into your life. As you can see on this picture there, he has a key in his hand. And you've got the key, Virgo. You've got the key to make things happen, but you just need to step out and do them now. It is time to be proactive, active in every sense of that word, because you're grounded enough to know what actions to take now. This is not all just ideas, dreams, and, you know, everything living in the mental space. This is actually now, it's all been prepared and ready for you to actually take action on them and make them happen. You've been through a long journey that has brought you to this point, and you will feel, because Page is young, right? He has learned. The Page has been learning, and now he's applying what he's learned. So this is new, right? So you might not know obviously how to exactly do things yet, but it doesn't mean that this isn't the right time to start doing them, because now you'll be learning along the way, actually gaining the experience, the practical experience now. Okay, so that's for Virgo. And the self-care card for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising for this week is, oh, isn't that perfect? Make a vision board. So I feel like the vision board for you, Virgo, you might, if you already have one, I mean, together with the Page that we had just now, Page of Pentacles, who is, which is the energy of actually taking action and starting things out. If you already have a vision board, then now is the time to actually start taking first steps to reach your goals that you have on your vision board. And if you don't have a vision board, Virgo, then create one. Think about what you really, really want and put them on a vision board. Okay, so that was for Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I will now finish this part of the weekly messages so that and the rest of the signs will be done in a separate video. So I'll see you soon. Bye.